After the Buffalo marijuana field seizures, which was the biggest marijuana seizure in the history of the DEA, we seized over 10,000 tons of marijuana. Okay, after that, we learned, or Kiki Camarena felt, that seizing drugs was not hurting the drug dealer, that they would just replace the drugs immediately after we seized them. So Kiki came out with the idea that we should hit him where it really hurts, is in the pocketbook. He said, let's initiate an operation targeting all their assets and mainly trying to find where they are hiding all their money and go after their money more so than the drugs. Because of his suggestion, the DEA then initiated Operation Padrino. Operation Padrino was a massive wiretapping operation involving the U.S., Peru, Colombia, Mexico, and Spain. So that through those means, we uncovered how they were moving their money and where these major drug lords had banks they had their money in. So we started hitting them really, really hard. Okay. In California, we made a seizure in a hotel room of 11.4 million. In Houston, we seized, because of that operation, 35 million in a jet, and so on and so forth. And we started really kicking their butts and hitting them where it really hurt them, which was in the pocketbook. However, we didn't know at the time that the CIA was working with these drug lords, protecting them, because the drug lords were providing millions and millions of dollars towards funding the illegal war in Nicaragua. So therefore, they became very upset, and they meaning the drug lords and the CIA, because they weren't getting all this money they were used to getting, through the sale of drugs. So they themselves started an investigation to try to find out, how it was that we were uncovering where they had their how they were moving their money and where they had their money hidden. Little did we know that, like I said, that the CIA was funding this war through drug monies. Henceforth, the CIA, meaning the point guard for the CIA, Felix Rodriguez, and the drug lords, start their own investigation to try to uncover how it was that we knew how they were moving the money and where they had their money hidden. And they find out that Camarena came up with the idea of hitting him where it hurts, which was in the pocketbook. They have Camarena picked up. Camarena is brought in, he's interrogated, and he's asked about what he knows about the CIA funding the Contra war, with drug monies and how all these Mexican government officials were being greased by the drug lords. Kiki couldn't provide him with any answers, because the wiretapping operation that we initiated out of Washington, D.C. was a very secretive wiretapping operation that was being run through DEA's SOT program, which is Special Operations Division program up in Washington. I had privy to that information when I became, in charge of Kiki's murder later. So I knew we had it. That drug lords thought that Kiki had infiltrated informants, human sources, to basically identify how they were moving the money, and that's what they were trying to get out of Kiki when they were torturing him. They wanted him to give up his human sources of information, which he didn't have. Kiki didn't know himself that we had started this secret, massive wiretapping operation, out of DC to support Operation Padrino, which he suggested be implemented. Okay, the seizure of their assets. That's basically what was going on. We didn't know that at the time that a lot of that so-called DEA people that were brought into the DEA were CIA double agents, and these double agents were brought into the DEA to spy on our operations. And a lot of them, they showed up at offices in foreign countries. I had a couple working underneath me that I didn't even know were CIA guys.